Good morning.
Morning. Good morning, Orlando. You getting settled in on our road? Everybody have a good weekend?
It was good. I'm on campus now. Yeah. I can't hear you. I'm just gonna fix the audio thing and I'll just be back.
Okay. Morning. Goodness. Okay. Any questions before we get started?
Yes, ma'am. I had a question. This is regarding the MLA group presentation that I don't know who is in my group, and yeah, that's about it.
Yes. So some people were absent, so they are going to need a group also. So as soon as I figure out who those people are, I'll put you guys all in a group together.
Yeah.
A couple more people coming in.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Orlando. Is anyone else who was not here on Wednesday when we made the groups for the MLA presentations? I know Anurag and Orlando. Okay, Lizzie. Good morning. So I'll have you guys be another group, and then I think there's a few more people, but I may have to make two groups, depending. So, and I'm going to give you guys some time to meet with your groups in a little bit, so you guys will be able to get organized. So Anurag, Orlando, Lizzie, put you guys in a group, and Chloe. That'll be a good group of 4. Anybody else? Chloe, Reagan says you're in her group. Okay. You'll and I take that back. Chloe's gonna be in Reagan's group. Maddie needs a group. Is Maddie, are you here? On her way? Okay. Then we will say Orlando, Lizzie, and Maddie. Okay, there she is. As we're talking about it, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys time to meet. And I will put the list of things to cover up. So those of you who are in the new group, you may want to divide up who's doing what. You'll need a PowerPoint. You're going to present to everybody. Hopefully I can set it up so you guys can share multiple screens. Second, let me get the list of things you're going to cover. All right, this is the list of the minimum things that you need to cover. Another thing you may want to think about is who is your audience, right? So you may want to tailor your PowerPoints. I've had some really good PowerPoints that people have created their own graphics and memes to put in the PowerPoints to appeal to your fellow classmates. What would appeal to their attention in the presentation. You may want to copy and paste that list. I'll put it up on Brightspace as well. Okay, hopefully now that everybody's here that is coming today, take 10 minutes and meet with your group. Hey, can everybody put their groups in here so I can put you together in the breakout rooms correctly? So type your group member names in the chat. Whoever sent me the email, please be the same person who types all the group members. Get this to work. Hi, Jason. We are, everybody's going to meet with their group for the MLA presentation for about 10 minutes just to get organized and make sure you guys are still on the same page. So whoever emailed me with your group member names, please put the names of your group members in the chat so I can put you in a breakout room together. This will take me a couple minutes, forgive me. Andre's not here yet. He's not here. All right. Okay, Cole. Give me a second. I'll have to look you up on the email. Reagan, you and Chloe, and who else? Ellie, were you in their group? Okay. Okay. Cole, were you with Liberty? Because you guys are the last two left. Okay, it would be good to write down your group members' names. I'm going to go ahead and open the rooms. Please make sure you know who's doing what so you guys can start working on it. Orlando, they say you might have been in their group. No? Cole and Liberty, there are a few more people who need groups who are not here. Orlando, yes, you're in the group. No. Oh, okay. You are in their group. Okay, hold on. Let me pull you out of the other group. Okay. All right, I'm going to open the rooms. We'll be back in 10 minutes. And then you can let me know if you have anybody have any questions before we go out. You're getting your presentation organized. Okay. All right. See you in 10. Chloe, are you able to move to the room with them? right. I want to start talking about some things I want you to be looking for in your editing for your paper tonight. First one is fragments. There are three pretty common areas. We've already talked about, well, what are our 2 comma rules that we talked about? Let's flash back. There were 2 comma rules that'll cover a lot of the times you use commas in writing. What are they? Anybody remember? Use a comma when use a comma before the fanboy when you are connecting 2 independent clauses. What is an independent clause? Something that can stand as a sentence by itself. Complete thought. Okay, so if you are connecting in a compound sentence 2 complete thoughts with one of those fanboys, you put a comma before the fanboy. Okay, so I am typing to you, and I will be speaking. The comma is after the last word and before the fanboy. Now, what was the other rule? What happens if words come before the main sentence? That is a very cute dog, Avery.
She's spoiled.
Us cute pets are spoiled. If you have an introductory word or word group before the main sentence, put a comma between it and the main sentence. Okay. Let's review what a fragment is. Second, I'm going to share my screen. So basically, sentence fragments are dependent clauses. Okay. What happens is usually the sentence that comes before or after it completes the meaning. Okay. So Purdue offers many majors in engineering. Wait, can you guys see this? Pretty good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So we can use the test phrase, right? It is true that Purdue offers many majors in engineering. That sounds like a normal thought, so it's probably a complete sentence, right? It passes the test. Now let's use the same test phrase on the fragment. It is true that, such as electrical, chemical, and industrial engineering. That sounds weird, right? So it's a fragment, but we tend to miss the fragments because the sentence before it already completes the thought. So to fix it, generally you just have to join those two sentences together. You don't want them hanging out by themselves because they're disjointed and unclear, okay? And they ruin your flow when you're trying to get your writing to flow in different sentence lengths. So that's what they did here. They joined the two sentences. Purdue offers many majors in engineering, such as electrical, chemical, and industrial engineering. Okay. Otherwise, it makes your writing sound really choppy too. So it is true that leaving her team at a time when we needed her does not sound right. Okay? It does not sound like a complete thought. So we know it's a fragment. Okay. So again, they revised it by joining the two sentences together. Need to find a new roommate. That's a complete thought. It is true that I need to find a new roommate. It is true that because the one I have now isn't working out too well. It just doesn't sound like a complete idea. Okay. And again, to fix the fragment, you join it to whatever completes its meaning. Okay. A lot of them start with these dependent words. So if you tend to use these words or constructions frequently, if you create yourself a cheat sheet, you can edit, you can turbo edit by knowing the things that you tend to do and tend to write, and then checking to make sure that you haven't accidentally created a fragment by checking, do a Control F and find those words that you traditionally use to start fragments, and just check those sentences and make sure they're complete thoughts using the test phrase. Okay. So mainly a fragment is missing something. It's either missing the subject, it's missing the verb, it can be missing both sometimes. So no verb here, a story with deep thoughts and emotions. Well, what is that story doing? What is the action? There's nothing there, okay? She told a story with deep, so told is the verb that is missing from the sentence. Toys of all kinds thrown everywhere. What were they doing? This is just a description, right? Toys of all kinds were thrown, so they got to form the verb be here. A record of accomplishment beginning when you were first hired. Well, who has that record of accomplishment? Let's see. I've noticed a record of accomplishment. Okay. So those are the ones without verbs, without subjects. With the ultimate effect of all advertising is to sell the product. Okay. You don't really need that preposition there. This can go back to the editing for conciseness that we were talking about. Just take off that and you'll be good. The ultimate effect of all advertising is to sell the product. Okay. These sentences don't have a subject. Paying too much attention to the polls can make a political leader unwilling. Again, they just removed the preposition that was making it sound incomplete. Because otherwise you say, by paying too much attention to polls can make a political leader unwilling. It's just an awkward sentence. Okay. We're doing freelance work for a competitor, got Phil fired. That's just another unpleasant sentence. Okay. Doing freelance work for a competitor, got Phil fired. Okay. This is called mixed construction. So if I ever put that awkward on your sentence, its chances are you've got some kind of mixed construction in there. And the sentence is just not sounding right. Okay. Questions? Not sure. I've picked on a couple people for fragments. So if I picked on you for it, please add it to your error checklist. So it can be one of the things that you look for when you're going through your paper before you turn it in, whatever paper that might be. Okay. But remember, the way you fix it is figure out which part, what sentence completes the meaning, whether it's the one, usually it's the one before, but sometimes it's the one after, and join those two sentences as appropriate, either with a comma, or in this case, you just join them, drop the period. Okay, we're about to stop this section of the class. So, does anybody have any questions about fragments before we take our break? No? Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and end the meeting, and we're going to come back at 8:45. Okay?